Hey, what's up guys? We're back again to test out the rank 1 player in the world's favorite deck. The highest ranked player in Clash Royale is running this Hog Rider Firecracker cycle deck. But he's made one massive adjustment for the new meta. Since arrows got whacked with the massive tower damage nerf in the recent balance changes, it's believed at top ladder that less people will be playing arrows. The rank 1 player has made a subtle swap to this age-old classic deck, swapping out the Evolved Skeletons or Evolved Knight for the Evolved Firecracker. While the Evolved Firecracker gets more damage, it dies to arrows like a regular Firecracker, so it's a really risky card to play. But if your opponent doesn't have arrows and you can keep your Firecrackers alive for a longer period of time, this could massively pay off. The core components of this Hog Rider cycle deck has allowed it to function at the top of the game for years. By using Skeletons and Ice Spirit, you're able to spam Hog Riders and get back to Hog Riders before your opponent's back to their Pekkas or buildings. If you break through your opponent's buildings with Earthquake, they're forced to use units to counter the Hog Rider, enabling you an awesome opportunity to get the Firecracker lining up with those units and their tower for extra chip damage. Whether you're winning the game with Hog Rider hammer hits, Firecracker splash damage onto the tower, or Earthquake and Log cycle, there are multiple ways to win with the deck. And with Evolved Tesla, Skeletons, Ice Spirit, and Knight, you can clutch up with really cheap defensive sequences that will aggravate the opponent to no end, because even if they're spending more Elixir than you, they won't be able to break through you. Let's ride into some matches to test out the rank 1 player in the world's adaptation of the deck and see if it's the best deck for you to play at mid-ladder or anywhere that isn't rank 1 in the world. I'm actually interested to see for myself because I've been dubious of the adjustment to the deck and I have hated Firecracker Evolution for a while. We'll find out if arrows are actually still in every Clash Royale deck and assert dominance. And huge Hog Rider love to everyone that's using credit code SIRTAG, making this channel possible. It's time to see if we can spring together a 5-win streak. Usually we've always lost one game on this channel, so today we want to make it perfect, okay? Pristine PSA 10 mint condition win streak. Unfortunately for us, we are going to be playing against something like Pekka, so I think it's important for us to just go in for Knight and figure out if he's going to have arrows plus void or if he's going to have the regular version. Again, one of the main reasons why I super dislike running Evolved Firecracker is because guess what? It dies to arrows every time. But yeah, Firecracker by itself, as you can see, is an exceptionally gifted card. He's able to give you positive elixir traits by hitting units pretty far away. Also, forcing the opponent to drop their cards in a weird spot where they don't want to, right? Like, he's getting chipped down, and then the Firecracker is constantly knocking herself back. So as you guys can see, Firecracker is a great card in Clash Royale. It's just the evolution for me, it just doesn't give that much of a benefit to make it worthwhile. However, I mean, for this player that's ranked 1 in the world, like, works for him. Also, I am such a fool. You know, first game of the day, we just let a bandit bash my tower like that. That is so disrespectful, my guy. All right, anyway, we're going to go for Skellies, and we're going to go in for a Firecracker. Totally fine to have that connect. Not the end of the world. The Skeletons will be able to shut down the rest of the barbs, and then I think we want to go Hog Rider. I don't know if the Firecracker is going to get splashed onto too. She might stay alive just long enough to go and force out. Wait, that was not even what I intended at all, but it worked wonderfully. The Firecracker took the targeting from the Ghost, and he was forced to arrows not on the Firecracker, but on the Hog Rider. That's hilarious that that worked out in our favor, and you know, we're on for this whimsical ride, you know? We don't know what journey and direction this is going to go, but I'm ready to find out where it takes us. We're definitely going to go for Skellies if we can afford them. I mean, not necessarily the best positioning for us, but again, we have to make do with what we have. We're going to go for an Ice Spirit, and then we're going to log back the Wizard. Stop it. Okay. Cool. Yo, can we just like not do this right now? You are spending so much elixir and it's kind of rude, my dude. So if you guys are unaware, the Evolved Tesla is still one of the best evolutions in the game. Personally, for me, if I was playing this deck and I wasn't copying it directly off the rank 1 player in the world, I would be using Evolved Knight or Evolved Skeletons. Probably put precedence on the Evolved Skeletons because I think they're so fun to split up. As you can see, the Evolved Firecracker just straight up dies to arrows there. Sure, I can get some extra damage, but at the same time, it just doesn't feel like it's calibrated to give me as much value as we want. We're going to go for a log here, knock everything away, and then not lose the game. You know, it's always a good feeling when you don't lose the game in Clash. Try to go for good Ice Spirit, and maybe shut this down with a good Knight. Hey, good night, my dude. All right, well, this is still a little bit sketchy, but I think I can go for a Hog Rider because he did just arrows, so definitely not the positioning that this guy wanted to be in. Even if he activates King Tower, he's taking so much damage. So as you guys are witnessing right now, like, this deck's still one of the better decks in Clash Royale. You don't have to play mechanically perfectly into someone that has arrows. And genuinely, what the heck is that Ice Spirit doing? Why did that jump onto nothing, man? That is crazy. That is a big nothing burger for real. Anyway, we're going to go in for a Knight here. Hopefully we can keep our Firecracker alive, but no guarantees. Okay, that's Earthquake range, right? If I do know my interactions, which I might not, I think we Earthquake and Log and win the game. So we shall see. Gonna arrows, and this guy is haphazardly spamming everything he owns, but he's getting shaken to bits. As exemplified by the first match of the day, you don't have to play perfectly with a Firecracker and Knight and Skeletons and Ice Spirit. Your defenses are rock solid, allowing you to make mistakes and still beat some of the most popular bridge spam decks in the game like Pekka. Riding on to the next one, we were playing against someone with a Dagger Duchess in the banner, but he's playing the Princess Tower. I'm a bit disappointed because, you know, in this type of realm in a grand challenge, you can be playing whatever you want, but you choose that. Anyway, he's going to go Goblin Barrel. This is fantastic for us because we can counter the Suspicious Bush and just shut everything down now with Skeletons. So, what a very good spot. It was interesting that he would drop the Goblin Barrel right next to the Suspicious Bush. Did he not think I would have Login Cycle because he assumed that I would log the Suspicious Bush if I had Login Cycle? Little did he know, I was a prudent investor in my Elixir, and I did not want to just allocate it willy-nilly. I was waiting for him to maybe drop some other stuff. And I also thought like Skeletons would be a better option anyway. So what are we going to do here? I think we can go Ice Spear and then possibly a Hog Rider. No, wait, yes. Yes, Firecracker. Do him dirty. Oh my goodness. How is this still alive? How is this Firecracker immortal? It's the thing that you sing songs about. Never dying, always flying, always like vibing. I don't know. It's insane that that thing is still alive. Anyway. We're going to get ready with an Ice Spirit here on the Suspicious Bush if we can get that to happen. Okay, the Ice Spirit went way further ahead than I thought. We're going to take a ton of damage. If you guys are unaware, you can't not respond to Suspicious Bush. Yes, I did the double negatives there, guys, and it's a big negative for me to take 1,000 damage from a 2 Elixir win condition. But it's also pretty bad for our dude to drop 6 Elixir, -2 trade against a Hog Rider, and take that amount of damage too. So we'll show you guys Skeletons can fully counter the Suspicious Bush if you are not a fool like me. But today, we'll show you guys a profound strategy. Skellies. Shuts them down. Very, very fair. Oh, okay. If you want to do that, that's fine as well. I think we can log and then go for a hog and then see what we can do. Obviously going to be a tough positioning for our opponent to defend this. He's not going to be back to a cannon. So I guarantee you he has to drop units. And then any units that you drop, perfect lineup for the Firecracker. He's going to delivery on this, but oh wait, never mind. Also, I don't know about y'all, but it feels weird having a kick to activation there. Like, genuinely, I'm not a huge fan of that interaction, but hey, it is part of the game, I guess. We'll try to just defend with a log, I think. Wait for the Suspicious Bush to pop. Then we're going to go for a log on that, and then minimize the amount of damage. I didn't want to get zapped this time, so we were trying to live large and in charge and not lose the game. Also, I was really hoping we were able to hit something there. We are going to Earthquake, and then we're going to go for a Knight, and we're definitely going to get deliveried, but it's fine. At least I think it's fine. Maybe I'm wrong. Wait, this guy is, like, running a log bait deck with Musketeer, which is so weird. I've never seen anything like this before. He is a wild child. Anyway, that's super far off to the right. You're able to take the... How did the Musketeer hit my tower? I guess I just don't have eyes, man. I can't see. I don't know what's up with me. Anyway, we go for Tesla. We should be able to pop the Suspicious Bush. I believe we can probably win this game. I'm cycling Teslas like a crazy person just because I'm scared. We're going to go Ice Spirit. We're going to do this. We're going to go Knight. And we are also going to log. We don't care if you have a zap. You're not hitting me today. Suspicious Bush time, baby. He is dropping it every single chance he gets. All right, this Tesla will kill it and pop it, which is nice. We can Earthquake here because his ability to go in for a cannon on defense just is pretty minimal. Now, he's not going to be able to defend this. He's not back to cannon, so he should lose the game. Oh, he got back to it. Dang. All right, well, you know what? Screw it. Your cannon's going to lose you the game. Now it's going to go in a different direction where you want the cannon to win, but it is going to be the recipe for your own disaster. Funny that card was meant to counter the Hog Rider and stop the bleeding, but in reality, it let the floodgates open for the Firecracker to splash on through and get the W. Yo, we got another dude with Pekka in the banner. So I wonder if this guy is going to be ascending the Pekka level to something that we don't want to face. For instance, if you would have a Ram Rider with Pekka, you're able to slow down our Hog Rider and get counter push. Also, Skeleton Army is interesting because I was not ready for that. I mean, I was ready with it because I got fast mobile gaming athlete reflexes with our Earthquake, but at the same time, logistically, playing against someone that has cards that you're not necessarily expecting means that you are less likely to formulate a plan to counter them immediately. For instance, if I play against Hog Rider, I know I'm just going to use my Tesla. I'm totally fine with that. But if I'm seeing a card that I'm not expecting, I might not be ready mentally to deal with it. So I'm going to go in for a Firecracker here. The guy's got a random witch in there. He's a wild child. Okay. We're We're going to go Ice Spirit since it should be able to slow down the rest of his stuff. And we can get Skeletons to finish off the Witch. Beautiful. I don't know if you guys saw that, but the Witch got 0 splash damage in time to finish off the Skellies. And I think the Pekka dies too. Pikachu gets put back in the Pokeball, enabling us the possibility of Firecrackering with this Hog Rider. And honestly, I feel fantastic about our spot right now. I'm going to use our Firecracker plus Knight in the right, and I'm going to protect our Firecracker again with the Knight. So you guys see that. He's going to try to use the Spear Goblins to snipe us, but it just didn't work out. Looks like we're probably just going to win already, which is something that works if you're running Hog Rider, if your opponent doesn't give you respect and they all in you, because your defenses with this deck is incredibly cost effective. So as y'all saw, the guy is tilted, he's laughing, he's angry, he's furious, and there's nothing he can do. So this guy was a masterful Mega Knight Maniac, and he had it with Pekka as well, so I really didn't expect that strategy. Didn't matter though, we still mashed both of his towers, stealing 2 while he got a solid 0. Yo, this guy is saying good luck as he dashingly goes in for an Elixir Golem in the back first play. You know what? We will take your luck, and hopefully this will suck for you. I don't like losing to Elixir Golem, and I feel like I'm not in the minority there. It has to be in the top 3 most hated cards in Clash, right behind the Firecracker. Or maybe it's more hated than the Firecracker. Y'all let me know in the comment section below. Oh, the Firecracker! It's like, Jake, there's a contest, I gotta win. Not only did it go and hit the Elixir Golem, but it also baited out our opponent's arrows. So, I mean, it showcases why everyone doesn't want to play against it. They're building a deck to beat it. Anyway, we are able to cycle back to another Firecracker, even though we countered our first one. We're like, hey, do your worst, Elixir Golem player. Try to do that again. I can go for a Tesla against Elixir Golem. Most of the time, that is going to be our best answer, since if it has the evolution, it can do a Shockwave twice. So it gives you a really reliable answer to the Elixir Golem blobs. You want to log the Elixir Golem blobs when it's second form half HP, though. That's the best way to win against Elixir Golem. If you overcommit into Elixir Golem on offense and they are up any bit of Elixir, you will lose the game. Just keep that in mind. We're logging here. I'm not going to be able to finish off this Prince before it gets a hit on the Tesla, but A-okay for me. We know, again, this guy's going to arrows the Firecracker, so might as well drop it on offense so I can get some semblance of value out of it. I think it's 1 Firecracker shot before it dies to an arrows. We'll see. It's going to log instead. That's interesting. It got 2 hits then. I don't think that was good for him. He should have went in for the arrows. He tried to get like budget friendly out here, and then, you know, we're like budging him to do the better play. And we're like, hey, sir, maybe you should have spent more Elixir. Maybe you should have dropped your arrows. Anyway, I think we are going to get pierced by our opponent's Elixir Golem. There's no way I'm going to be able to defend this fully, right? Maybe I can. And we do have Evolved Tesla. Jeez, dude. Oh, you know what? What if I finesse him like this? What if I Firecracker on his Firecracker and his Hog Rider counter is only a Firecracker? The Firecracker died to our Firecracker. I forget about that. Every time I play Clash, I assume that Firecrackers won't die. But the Firecracker got a rework where it has way less health as an evolution. So it's just not really worth as an evolution. Yo, he is going in for another arrows, and we're back to Firecracker again like we never even left. So we're going to go Knight, and then I think we want to go in for a Hog Rider and see if we can destroy his Firecracker with our second one. If it's smart and it locks onto the tower, yo, that's insane. How many Firecrackers can we get on the map? Even though our opponent has arrows, we might be able to get a Marvelous 2. The dynamic duo. In the face of arrows, we don't even care. But at the same time, if you guys are noticing a common theme, we're not able to stack up Evolved Firecrackers because those will always get arrowed. It's the regular ones that you stack up that become an impending threat for the opponent. So if you want to maximize your positive Elixir trades, I genuinely think Evolved Skeletons or Evolved Knight is the guaranteed way to go. We're matching into so many arrows players, and the Evolved Firecracker, it isn't giving me enough value. Sure, it's better than a regular Firecracker, but the difference between regular Firecracker and Evolution Firecracker isn't as drastic as the difference between Evolved Skeletons and regular Skeletons. Evolved Skeletons can 3-crown, where Evolved Firecracker pretty much does the exact same thing, but a little bit better. The dude's got Dark Goblin in the banner, and he's probably going to be a sinister slicer, darting around the map as fast as possible. I feel like Dark Goblin is so funny because it's got 2 meanings, you know? Darting really quick, and then also having the darts. So when I see a card like that also is fast, it's just such a fitting name. So Clash Royale, big thumbs up for me, big dog. Huge thumbs down for everyone having arrows again. Like, geez, man. We can't evade the no arrows allegations. This doesn't happen. We always play against arrows players. Funny because I was thinking that maybe people would have less arrows because the meta shifted and arrows got a nerf. But it seems like, if anything, people are running arrows more because they're like, hey, people are thinking Firecracker will be able to be played again. And it's playable. It's definitely good. It's not a bad card even if your opponent has arrows, but man, the evolution one, like, I'm just going to get 0 value from it for the rest of this game too. So we are on the struggle bus right now, and we'll see if we can get off it. Hopefully not with a loss. I'm going to Ice Spear on top of these piggies, and we are ready to turn them into bacon. I don't think that you want to get fried by Tesla. It seems like it is a bit of overkill, not going to lie. The one thing that I do like about this deck is if we can get him to consistently arrows the Firecracker, maybe he's not going to be back to the arrows for our Firecracker evolution because we cycle faster than him. So he might not have arrows evolution or arrows in cycle to counter our evolution. And that's exactly what happened in my opinion. You know, that's what we want to be doing. We go Skellies here and going for a knight maybe. And then that didn't work out as well as we thought, but the skeletons did kill the wizard. So, okay. I was hoping that it would pull the prince and kill the wizard, but I only got one of them. Guess we really didn't go to Hogwarts to learn that type of sorcery. We need to learn new spells, new magic, and new tricks up our sleeves. So I wonder if man is going to be dropping Voldemort soon, or if he's going to be dropping the nicer Harry Potters that don't want to go and try to take out my right-hand side. Nah, he's definitely going to be Voldemort. What am I kidding? He's ready. He's got like Valkyrie, Dark Prince, Royal Hogs. He's dropping all of his elixir on the right side. He's like, Jake, it's my way or the highway. And he's even freezing. Despite our Tesla being dropped pretty high up. I think we're A-okay as long as we can shut this down. I know I can go for a Hog Rider to pull back the Valkyrie, which is an intended play that most people don't really think about, but you can do that. Maybe you're just like randomly dropping cards there, but if you actually believe that you can cycle back to skeletons or other cheap cards, you can use a Hog Rider to go and pull back your opponent's win conditions to get a little bit more time for yourself. Guy's going to go for a freeze, but he can't cheese. He is dead. GG and well played. As you guys can see, phenomenal deck to combat mid-ladder. Even if your opponent does have arrows like 99% of the people that we played against today, you'll still win if you have good enough mechanics. So the final verdict on the deck for me is it's always going to be a solid A-tier deck. An awesome deck to upgrade in any meta, but I personally would never use Evolved Firecracker. Get that thing out of there. Best case scenario, you have Evolved Skeletons. Evolved Knight does work, and even Evolved Ice Spirit, I think I would use over the Evolved Firecracker. That's how much of an Evolved Firecracker hater I am. You guys can flame me in the comment section. I stand by this till my death. But no matter what, you want to be using Evolved Tesla as the #1 evolution to prioritize. It keeps you safe, and it is utterly overpowered. Especially if you're matching into Princes or Ram Riders or Bridge Spam, the Evolved Tesla keeps you safe and allows you to spam more Firecrackers and Hog Riders on offense to win those clutch games. Firecracker the like button, subscribe for more content, and have an amazing rest of your day.